Nepal has a pretty great and disturbing history of plane crashes. Over the last 30 years or so, there have been 27 deadly aviation crashes in Nepal over the Aviation Safety database. But why? What makes it so dangerous to travel by plane in Nepal? What are the reasons behind Nepal's rugged reputation in aviation? Stick till the end of the video to find out. Hello and welcome to Plane Crashes Explained, where we discuss some of the most mind-blowing accidents and reasons behind the most heinous plane crashes. Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you won't miss future updates. Without further ado, let's get straight into this. On Sunday, a tiny plane carrying 22 people crashed over Nepal's Lehte Hill. According to Sudarshan Bartala, a Tara Air spokeswoman, the 9N AET Twin Otter aircraft was traveling from Pokhara to Jamsun, carrying 4 Indians and 13 Nepalese passengers, including 3 Japanese nationals, 2 Germans, and 3 Nepalese crew members. Despite the fact that Nepal's air sector has grown in recent years, transporting products and people between hard-to-reach places and foreign trekkers and climbers, the country's air safety record is terrible. Inadequate training and maintenance have long plagued Nepal's aviation industry, resulting in poor safety. Due to safety concerns, the European Union has prohibited all Nepali airlines from flying on its territory. Nepal also features some of the world's most isolated and difficult runways, flanked by snow-capped hills and challenging approaches for even the most experienced pilots. In the highlands, the weather can change suddenly, making flying dangerous. Furthermore, the airstrips are situated in mountainous terrain, with weather that is noted for its abrupt changes. Because of safety concerns, the European Union barred all Nepal-based airlines from flying in its airspace in 2013. The Kathmandu Post reported in March 2022 that the Nepal government's reluctance to act had ensured that the EU aviation blacklist would remain in place. The deadliest plane crashes in Nepal have occurred at Kathmandu's Tribhuvan International Airport, which is 1,338 meters above sea level. The terrain is particularly difficult because it is located in a tight oval-shaped valley surrounded by large, jagged mountains, limiting the amount of room for planes to maneuver. The steeper and narrower landing strips higher in the Himalayas, according to most pilots, are much more challenging to navigate. Smaller planes with turboprop engines, such as the Twin Otter that crashed today, are permitted to land here, not larger jetliners. Strong weather conditions in Nepal have a greater impact on these smaller planes. As we've already discussed, many plane accidents have happened in Nepal, but the most important ones are what we're going to discuss further in this video. A helicopter operated by Air Dynasty collided with a hill while attempting to return to Kathmandu. Nepal's tourism minister Rabindra Adhikari and entrepreneur Ang Shring Sherpa were among the 7 passengers who died. He owned Yeti Air, Tara Air, and Himalayan Airlines in collaboration with Tibet Air. The disaster occurred during a period of low visibility in the area. Following that, the Nepalese government launched an investigation into the accident. According to the preliminary investigation, there were violations of operating procedures such as weight imbalance caused by the fuel tank's positioning and unsuitable passenger seating configurations. According to the Kathmandu Post, the investigation claimed that the pilot was under undue pressure to transport the VIP passengers in bad weather. While returning from Dhaka, a Bombardier Q400 operated by Bangladeshi airline US Bangla crashed into Tribhuvan International Airport in Kathmandu, killing 49 of the 71 passengers and crew. The plane skidded off the runway, smashed through an airport fence, stopped in the middle of a football field, and then exploded. In Nepal's history, this was the 3rd deadliest aviation tragedy. Both the Kathmandu government and the airline blamed each other for the disaster, which sparked much debate and discussion. According to airport officials, the pilot allegedly failed to obey the control tower's orders and entered the runway in the wrong direction. According to reports, US Bangla Air CEO Imran Asif suspected that the control tower may have misled the pilot. Abid Sultan, the plane's captain and a former member of the Bangladesh Air Force, seemed to suffer an emotional breakdown, according to the final assessment released by Nepalese authorities in 2019. The investigators also criticized the crew's inability to follow the regular operating procedure at the critical point of the flight, and were also criticized by the investigators. Tara Air Flight 193 from Pokhara to Jamsun went missing 8 minutes after takeoff on February 24, 2016. Its wreckage was later discovered near Dana village with no survivors. The plane was carrying a total of 23 passengers. Sita Air Flight 601, ST-601, was a domestic Nepalese passenger flight operated by Sita Air from Kathmandu's Tribhuvan International Airport to Lukla's Tenzing Hillary Airport. The Dornier 228 serving the route crashed shortly after takeoff on September 28, 2012, while attempting an emergency landing in Kathmandu, killing all 19 passengers on board. The Nepalese Aircraft Accident Investigation Commission, NAICC, issued its final report, which stated that a thrust drop occurred during the takeoff roll, but that the source of the anomaly could not be ascertained. The aircraft crashed due to the crew's inability to maintain a speed above stall speed and the aircraft's insufficient height. A Beechcraft 1900D operated by Buddha Air collided with a hill while transporting guests on a sightseeing trip over Mount Everest. 10 Indians were among the 19 individuals on board that died. The disaster was caused by bad weather, as the Kathmandu airport and its surrounding area were engulfed in heavy monsoon clouds at the time of the collision. Tara Air's DHC-6 Twin Otter passenger plane crashed shortly after takeoff on a local flight from Lamadanda to Kathmandu, Nepal on December 15, 2010. The plane's wreckage was discovered the morning after the accident in Balandu Forest near the village of Shrichaur. The crash killed all 19 passengers and 3 crew members on board. The original opinion was that the incident was caused by adverse weather or overloading aircraft. Nepalese officials initiated an inquiry into the collision when the disaster scene was discovered. On Monday afternoon of March 2008, a flight heading for the capital, Kathmandu, crashed in Ramachhap district after leaving the Maoist cantonment site at Sindali. In a statement released, the UN mission in Nepal, UNMIN, reported 3 Nepali UN officers died in the crash. They were UNMIN Arms Monitoring Office liaison officers Bim Badur Gurung and Rabindra Kania, and UNMIN vehicle mechanic Rajesh Maharjan. In addition, the catastrophe claimed the lives of 4 international armament monitors from Gambia, Indonesia, the Republic of Korea, Sweden, and 3 crew members from Russia and Belarus. A Shri Air MiL-Mi-8 helicopter crashed on a lease trip from Phungling to Gunsa in eastern Nepal on September 23, 2006. All 24 passengers and staff members on board, including a Worldwide Fund for Nature mission, were killed in the crash. According to the final report of the Civil Aviation Authority of Nepal Committee, the pilots entering gray areas and unfamiliar terrain and poor crew resource management were the key reasons for the accident. It also chastised the operational airline Shri Air for its training procedures. All 167 passengers on board were killed when a Pakistan International Airlines Airbus A300 crashed during landing in Kathmandu. The plane took off from Karachi's Jinnah International Airport and crashed into the last mountain crest, 11 kilometers from Kathmandu's airport. The inquiry revealed that the approach to the airport was extremely challenging due to the surrounding topography, and that the jet began to descend too soon due to the pilot's error. 2 months before the Airbus A300 tragedy, a Thai Airways Airbus 310 crashed on approach to Kathmandu, killing all 99 passengers and 14 staff members on board. During severe monsoon weather, the plane slammed into a mountain 37 kilometers north of Kathmandu. According to the investigation, the plane's flaps had a slight breakdown. The pilot was under a lot of stress due to a miscommunication with the air traffic controller during bad weather. Thai Airways allegedly failed to provide the pilot with proper simulator training for the challenging Kathmandu approach, according to Nepalese officials. Accidents happen all the time, but best not to let them ever happen again. Nepal is a struggling country full of loving and caring people. Yet the authorities have to work on certain areas strictly, otherwise these accidents continue to go on. Nepal should think about the safety measures and get updated airplanes to make traveling safe again. What do you think about aviation in Nepal? Let us know in the comments section. That's all for today. If you found this video interesting, give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to share the video with your friends and family. Thank you for watching.